really a book.
Hey, gossip aficionados. Today, we are diving into the not-so-smooth sailing world of former First Lady Michelle Obama. While she's often celebrated for her grace and advocacy, it's time to uncover the other side of the coin with some eyebrow-raising moments that left critics buzzing and supporters a bit red-faced. From questionable remarks to controversial vacations, let's take a cheeky peek into the episodes that stirred up more than just political debates. Grab your popcorn, because we are about to get into the nitty-gritty of Michelle Obama's most talked-about scandals. Oh, Michelle, words certainly do matter, especially when you're on the campaign trail. Back in 2008, while her husband was running for president, Michelle made a comment that had many Americans raising their eyebrows. She said, "For the first time in my adult lifetime, I am really proud of my country." This remark, intended or not, came off to many as a slap in the face to national pride. Critics jumped at the chance to paint her as unpatriotic, questioning her appreciation of the country until it suited her narrative. The backlash was swift and fierce, with media pundits and political opponents using her words as fodder to challenge her husband's campaign. The comment was dissected in every corner of conservative media, turning what could have been a simple slip of the tongue into a national controversy. For someone who had lived her entire life in the US, this remark seemed to imply that her pride in her country was conditional, hinging on personal success rather than a genuine love for the nation. Despite attempts to clarify her statement later, the damage was done. This gaffe haunted her throughout the campaign, with critics using it as an example of her being out of touch with the average American. It was a rocky start for Michelle, who learned the hard way that every word counts when you're in the public eye, especially when you're linked arm in arm with a future president.
Couldn't ask for anything else.
Just when you thought it couldn't get more Marie Antoinette-esque, in 2010, Michelle Obama decided it was time for a little European jaunt amidst the Great Recession. Off she went to Spain's sunny Costa del Sol with daughter Sasha, leaving many Americans puzzled and perturbed about the timing and optics of such a lavish getaway. As the country grappled with economic strife, Michelle's trip appeared extravagantly tone-deaf. Critics were quick to dub the vacation as Michelle's let-them-eat-cake moment, arguing that it projected a message of indifference to the struggles of ordinary Americans back home. The visuals of the First Lady enjoying the luxurious Spanish resorts did little to quell the growing perception of a disconnect between the Obama administration and the economic realities of the American people. The trip was not just a personal holiday. It was a public relations misstep that fed into narratives of elitism. For someone who championed the cause of the common man, Michelle's Spanish escapade was fodder for her detractors, who viewed her as out of sync with the needs and perceptions of her fellow countrymen. This vacation left many questioning her judgment and sensitivity to the plight of those not vacationing on foreign shores.
Curbing childhood obesity.
From proud moments to prying into the plates of America's youth, Michelle's initiative to revamp school lunches stirred not just pots, but also controversy. The Let's Move campaign, while rooted in combating childhood obesity, left a sour taste in the mouths of many students and parents. Complaints about unpalatable meals and rabbit-sized portions began to overshadow the program's good intentions. Critics accused Michelle of overreaching government arms into local school cafeterias, dictating what kids should and should not eat. The backlash wasn't just from picky eaters, but also from concerned parents and school administrators who found the new guidelines too strict and the food, frankly, too bland. This led to a larger debate about federal overreach and the practicality of imposing one-size-fits-all solutions on diverse communities across the nation.
A national focus on eating right and exercise.
Despite the healthful aims, the initiative was marred by images of unenthusiastic kids pushing around lackluster lunches on their trays, sparking a national dialogue on whether this approach was truly feasible or just another case of good intentions gone awry. Michelle's foray into the school lunch arena turned into a contentious issue, earning her criticism for meddling and adding school lunch menus to the ever-growing list of political hot potatoes.
The only job that few people know what it feels like to do it, But everybody...
There you have it, folks, the less than flattering side of Michelle Obama's time in the spotlight. Each of these scandals highlights moments where, perhaps, the former First Lady could have stepped more carefully. Whether it was a slip of the tongue, a questionable vacation, or lunchtime legislating, Michelle sure knew how to keep things interesting and keep us all talking.
And what I found myself doing was probably making up for...
I hope you liked this video. If you did, make sure to subscribe, as I will continue posting only the best celebrity and K-pop content. This was Watch Wave, and until next time, have a good one.
Her grace, her intelligence, and the fact that she's fine.